Hey everyone, this is Genesis. I'm coming back to you with another coding video. This time it's about Dissension, and we are taking a look at making towns a little bit more interesting to cap. So what I'm doing is when a town gets to a halfway point, the town will actually do some kind of event will happen. I'm going to make it kind of easy and modular, randomized, and something to spice it up, like maybe paratrop, more troops, or a vehicle comes in, or maybe something random happens. So let me kind of show you where we're at right now. Right now, when you first activate a town, this big function essentially handles the whole thing. It is probably the biggest function. I have 808 lines of code. Handles the capturing of the town, handles spawning everything in, all the vehicles, all that kind of good stuff. So right now it handles spawning in the towers that you have to take out. The vehicle spawns the static weapons that spawn around. It handles a whole lot more too. It handles spawning in if it's nighttime and if it's one of the night objectives. It handles the side objectives that spawn in. Now it's going to be, it handles the town cache spawns that spawn in a town. And now it's going to be handling I can call it the half point reinforce function down here. And once the town reaches half or less reinforcements, an event will trigger. And town reinforce. So what we're going to do is, once I'm fixing this up right now, we need to have it so it knows when to trigger it. So we need to have, we're going to have the half point up here. So that's the amount of spawn point divided by 2, right? Now this will work just fine, but right now this wait until it's a giant loop, right? So every time it cycles through here, if they're at under a half, this is going to execute every time. That's not good. So we need to make it the town reinforce rule needs to be false. Alright. So what we have done here is two-part condition. So if the spawn amount currently in town is less than the half point, so it's under half, and this variable is false, it will activate this code here. Alright. But then once it activates the code, we need it to set it back to true, and then it's done. And then it will never execute this again, because this variable will now be true. Okay. And I'm actually going to, just for optimization's sake, this is a very small optimization, I'm going to put the heavier check at the front, or the lighter check at the front, and the heavier check second. Why am I doing this? Well, that way once this gets flipped to true, it never needs to compare these two numbers again. It just simply does a quick true or false check and moves on. Because this will be true. This isn't, it's going to be true, which isn't what is needed anymore at all to run the script or this part of the code, so then it won't even bother with this lazy evaluation here. It won't even bother reading the second part. So it'll just stop. It'll just move on, which is awesome. Should help performance slightly. So we have all the basics already set up. I already have this registered as a function that will be called, and I have it right here. It's this empty function. Now what do we pass to it? Well, we pass the pole. So the pole is the center of the town, the spawning side, the stronghold, all the buildings in the town, the group garrison. I think that's all. I don't actually remember what that is. What is that? What is the group garrison? I actually do not remember. What is that? Is that the units that are just in the town? Well, that's the side. That's the group that the units spawn into. Okay, that's helpful to know. That's right. Then we have the infantry list that they use for spawning, the area list they use for spawning, I believe, and then the side that's attacking and the name of the location. And we can pass other things as well as we need, because we might need all that. We'll see. And the infantry list, I'm just double checking. Yeah, infantry list. Okay. Looks like we define that. Yep, just based on the units. Perfect. So the goal of this is to make this work for all three sides. Doesn't matter. The same events kind of happening, but it will select the appropriate units. So I am pretty bad at being creative, but that's fine. We're going to figure this out. Events that... let's do this. Okay, this will be events that can occur. Are going to be, let's see, Paradrop. Vehicle reinforce. What else can we do here? Vehicle reinforce. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we can do here. So like a vehicle can drive in, we can have a paradrop. We can have, I don't want to be like too generic, like, oh, another bird showed up. I'm trying to think of something more creative. Gosh, I'm really bad at this. Let me see what we have here. What do we have at our disposal? Like, say we're fighting resistance here. They could, alright, we'll just do helicraft mass landing, like maybe like 4 birds try to drop squads into the town, something like that. I think that is fair enough. And then we can have, let's see, you know what, and we can have like stronghold building. Stronghold building. You can do more interesting thing too, like commander or commander. Let's see. There's like a word for, like, I don't want to say commander, but like a let's say squad leader retreat. Yeah, we could even do like a hostage situation, something like that, where they're holding hostages. I don't know if I like that for like resistance. Well, like they could take units from the attacking side, right? That's something I want. I don't know about that one. That seems pretty complicated. And let's start simple. This is already more than enough. So what we want to do is, well, we don't need this. So first we need to decide what we are even doing. We have a list. Events. Let's see. Yeah, let's do events. Let's see. Event equals select random. And we will do things like paradrop, vehicle reinforce, heli landing, stronghold, kind of like an Alamo kind of thing, and as squad retreat. Alright. And then we're going to use the case. So this is going to be very similar to the side objective here. This will give towns a lot of kind of chaoticness. You know, this might be too much chaoticness, but we're going to just have fun with it. So here's like for the bunkers, right? So I'm going to use just a switch case here. And if I was, you know, being appropriate with this, I would have each one be its own function that it would execute. But I'm also very lazy. So we just aren't going to do that because I'm lazy. So each one's going to get its own case. Alright, so we're going to do one at a time. We're going to do the paradrop one. Alright, so say it rolls random, we get under half, it goes, okay, let's do a paradrop event. Hey, these are pretty straightforward, right? Yeah, I would say so. I already have it, a script somewhere in here that does the same thing. Look at the AI commander. We can take a look at the, where is it? I think the PMC commanders does parachute troops. So we can close that down. That's under functions. And then, no, not functions, sorry. It's commander, special missions, PMC parachute. Okay. And we have the unit paradrop. And I am going to take this message framework to use it. To use some things here. So I'm just going to copy and paste it in right there, because I do want to use that. Let people know what's going on. And then we're going to, I think does message framework already use the beep? I don't remember if it does or not. I don't think it does. Let's go ahead and double check really quick. So I want a sound event to play, and I actually want if I can't find a special voice line that lets us know, like, hey, the enemy is like reinforcing the town or something, would be nice. What am I doing? Message framework. Does have a beep target right there. Let's play sound beep. So we do not need it. Alright. Alright, so what we do is we add the event handlers on these troops, which is very important. And then we pop them in. So I'm kind of just copy and pasting some code, and I'm going to make it more unique to this actual thing here. So essentially we want, let's do a group of 24. So spawn amount is going to equal 24. And while the spawn amount is greater than 0, we're going to have, and of course we'll have them spawn into the group garrison. I'm going to select random from the infantry list. So they're going to spawn into the group garrison. They're going to select randomly from the infantry list. Actually going to spawn in the water. 25-meter spread. I'm going to do, oh yeah, can collide is a lot faster, right? I don't care about them colliding with anything. We are going to add in the event handler for them to know when they've been killed, so we get that nice chat. But we are going to make them join the group garrison. So you might wonder why I do this group garrison. Like I have them join the group here, and then I have them rejoin the group. I had some issues with this is a little bit more noticeable with say the what's that World War II mod called? I can't think of the name right now. Iron Front or something like that. Iron Front Light. There's an issue where, well, the United States, it makes sense, but they're under resistance in that mod, and I want them underneath Blue 4. I want to rush underneath Op 4. Just, makes sense for my worldview. And so what I would do is I force them to join, whatever group I want with this command here. However, there's a bug in Arma, at least there was like several months ago when I tried this. If you don't make them rejoin the group, they still, they will end up shooting each other. And so even sometimes if the server's having, like you're playing this Iron Front mod and the server lags really bad, this command doesn't run fast enough, and some of them will literally shoot each other as they spawn in. So it's a huge pain in the ass. Alright. It's beautiful. And we actually disable damage on them as they spawn in. Because sometimes I have them dying as they'd be put into the chutes. I don't know why. And then what we're going to do is change the spawn pause. It's going to be the middle, like the pole. And I'll have them spawn randomly around the town. The non-steerable parachute. I'm kind of just checking this. At 250 meters up. I think that's fair. I'm actually going to increase this to like 150. And then for each unit, and so we need to change this up because this throws each of the units into the parachutes, which we don't want to do. So we actually need to create a separate array. Spawned array. And a lot of people will say, hey, keep your variables really short, but I've found it that I actually enjoy my code a lot more if the variables make sense to what they are. It just feels a lot more easy to read, and I think a lot better to watch for people too. Okay, we'll push back that unit. And that way, once we have all our spawn units, 24 is a pretty good number. And we'll go ahead and put them in the parachutes. And a 1.5 second delay for each. And then allow damage true after 1.5 seconds. I think that's fair. Alright. Non-steerable parachute. They just kind of drop to the ground. Now, are there different non-steerable parachutes depending on the side? I don't think so. Is that? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Alright, then they will drop. And I'm not going to have them increase the number of the town. They will, because they're not going to be tied to the town or anything. Just in terms of defense. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the message. So let's see, I can't remember the name of the function I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the net. There's a thing I have, whoop, somewhere here that has a where is it? Here's the earplugs. Let's see. If you hit a button, it did something. Let me. Let's save data. Ah, here we go. Function attack marker. That's what it was. So functions. Functions attack marker. There you go. There's a color here I'm looking for the message framework. Yes, right here. Bam. And half point reinforce. I like this color. I think it's a lot more noticeable for players. Or should I do more of a red color? Maybe. I'm going to format this here. I want the name of the location, right? So 2 upper, because I want it to be all capitalized. And then the name of the location, enemy troops para dropping into the town. Should I have that in the green? We'll see how that looks. I think the red will at least distinguish it. Like these kind of events should have like a red. So I actually have Spun's color picker is really good for lazy people like me. I'm thinking like a pretty nice, like pretty vibrant red. Allow us to see it. And this will show to the attacking side. Bam! Look at that. There's already one done. Alright. We're keeping these rather simple for right now. Nothing too crazy. I'm sure something will pop up that's difficult anyway. So the vehicle reinforced. Now this one is definitely tricky because finding an appropriate spawn point is very difficult because I don't want them to spawn from like in a random road. Like this is where I run into issues. So we have this town here and I have say players or units just kind of all spread throughout. I can't just have them spawn in the center because they can spawn right on top of somebody and just shoot you. It's just, I like them to have drive ed. The problem with Dissension is that it's so open that you can be attacking a town that has nowhere nearby. So I already have a script like the town reinforce script. Like if you capture, like if you don't kill the tower, the town will actually send reinforcements. So I believe I have a function that's town. Oh man, was it counterattack? Oh, we'll just take a look. So under defense spawn. Is it called counterattack? Yeah, so it's just called func counterattack. There it is. Alright, I have a list here. So what I'm actually interested in is this code essentially, actually a lot of this, yeah. Just reusing this code here. And I wonder if I could just use this. Oh, yeah, I need to make sure I label the group as important so that they don't get cleaned up. That'd be bad. Well, the group's already labeled as important. Never mind. Alright. I wonder if I could just use the same thing. Reusing code is always a good thing if it fits just the same. This will do the same thing I'm wanting. Maybe I can add a parameter for like a delay in here, like if I want them to wait 60 seconds, but 60 seconds really isn't that long to wait, now is it? For them to start moving. So, if I come in here, alright. Oh, why does this say west here? Is that a issue I have? Hold on. Wait a second. I think I just found a bug anyway. Oh, there's an east. Wait a second. Okay. Does the resistance not spawn? Oh, no. What does this do? That's the attacking side. Okay, that's the attacking side. That doesn't matter. Never mind. Because resistance can't attack. So we just have to provide them the attacking side. And the pull. And it will spawn the counterattack. The counterattack will take... Yep, these units. Huh. Yes, yep. So I see how that did this. Okay, I was making sure this would work. And what it does, it finds the nearest one, and if the nearest town is greater than 2,000 meters, then it will actually just exit. They won't even bother coming. And then there we go. I think that actually that works great. So what we can do is just take this again. Enemy troops. Let's see. Let's see. Enemy is requesting heavy support. It is possible. So it is possible they somehow got the message out of the town. I was trying to see, they may have gotten the message out of the... gotten a request for help out. It is possible they may have gotten the request for help out. Bam. Right? Okay. Because the whole goal, if you kill the tower, stops the reinforcements from coming in. But this could also make it doubly as bad if you don't take it out. Alright, nah, the heli landing. This one will be a little more tricky. Okay, this one's involved actually some real code here. So... enemy... enemy... Gila... Let's see, enemy... Okay, there's the message that will play. And so what we need to do is spawn in these birds. So this is where we're going to have to start doing some slide specific stuff, just like the counterattack here. I'm going to actually steal this, because depending on the side, we're going to have certain aircraft being recalled in. So I'm actually going to not put this up here, put down in here. And what we can do is actually close these other ones while we're working on this one. Make it a little more clean.
Did the new patch fix any of the performance bugs or no?
It's running a lot better for me. That's for sure. And I haven't had any issues with crashing, so I think it's running pretty well. So you're going to hear random, that's a friend talking. You're going to hear that throughout the video if that freaked anyone out. He's just been so quiet.
I see what you're doing, Gypsy.
You what?
I see what you're doing, Gypsy.
I haven't had any issues. I haven't played that much either recently. So, like right now I've just been coding. I haven't even played with the new like SAM sites they added, or whatever that is.
That doesn't like. That doesn't like even. What do you call it? Interest me at all.
That's fine. I think it's actually nice to have real, actual SAM sites for once. Yeah, right now I'm just using the ones ripped off the boat. This would be nice to have just the real ones.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we have here is now we need to have... Whoop. So remember, this needs to work for all sides. Alright, so transport heli class name equals. And again, this is one where, just to speed this up, I have another script that I can't just rip the code out from me exactly, but I already have like part of this defined. So why would I redo it? It's going to be the fragment move. Let's see. It's right here. So if it's resistance, I want the bird to be that. Why did it do that? We'll fix that in a second. Oh, that's if it's blue 4. Okay, so if it's east, we want it to be... where am I? Okay. Well, we gotta have to kind of change this up. So if it's east, it's that. So we can do a copy, and we get rid of this. There's probably a better way to do this, but my brain works the best like this. And I just want to get it working. Okay, so this is actually the west one. And the resistance class name I want to use is this. I can't remember, were there new... whoa, that opened up everything. Were there any like birds or anything for resistance? Like, was it Eric like... Were they planes that were new? No, I don't think so. There were new helicopters, were there? This big behemoth. No. I don't think there's anything different. Alright, anyway. I'm just gonna check him. That's cool. Alright. Should have these guys running around the battlefield, that'd be weird. Okay. There we go. So now we have the transport class name helicopter that we want to spawn in. And now we can use these up here to customize each side. So the first thing we want to do is find their spawn location. So it's going to be very similar to this counterattack one, where in this one I don't care what the distance is, because they're flying, so who cares. And we're going to put them down here. This is more code. You can see how I'm kind of copy and pasting from several things. A lot of the functions are very similar. I should probably put this itself in like a separate function, but nah. So we have, there stands from the controlled array. Now how do I get controlled array? It's like this. There's another variable that we are going to pass on through. Remember, I don't want to use private in here because that's going to keep it stuck to that scope, and so you won't be able to read it outside of that if-then statement. And blue controlled, and then op controlled. So this gives us the list of their controlled towns, right? And then the poll pause is going to be get pause poll, because remember the poll is the center of the town. That's what we passed to this variable already. So the poll where that came from is it used to be in Dissension way back in the day. You actually had to capture towns by looking at a poll and holding down an add action button. That has been drastically changed. Let's see, the poll pause, so it finds the nearest town. And you get the nearest town's pause. You get the direction. From the town to there, we roughly find like 200 meters out of the town. We find a rough rel pause. And we look for like roads. And I don't really care about looking for roads at this point. That's not a rough direction. Okay. Boom. And now I want to just create the birds. Let's do a total of 4. And there's a create vehicle. Well, we're going to need this too, because I also need to create helipads for them to land into. It's going to be kind of a tough. It doesn't have like a lot of codes or calculations for it to do here, but that's fine. So I want 2 of these because I'm going to be creating one. Let's call it bird, and we're going to do private bird list equals empty, because I want to be able to keep track of all the birds we have and give them orders individually and all that good stuff. Alright, and then what is it, the 4 I do or something? I can't remember. There we are. Yeah. Something like this is what we do. So 4, 1 to, and then step 1 or something. Is that all that was? Yeah. Step 1. That'd be infinite, wouldn't it? 0, from 0 to 1, step 0, that'd be infinite. Let's just spawn 4. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I think so. This will actually handle spawning the birds. Bam. And remember the birds is going to be this. And it's going to be around here with maybe, we'll give it like a 200 meter radius they can spawn in. And I think I need to change this. This is can collide. There's fly here. I'm looking at this to see how I actually get this full of units. Crew vehicle crew. Alright. So it's going to crit the aircraft and change this to fly. And it will be flying around 200 rough radius. Crit the crew. And then you are not supposed to do this. Unit group. Let's see. So we're going to be creating a group. And we need to also make sure that the group is set to important. Actually, I need both of these commands here. And can I make these one big group? I think we can make them each one big group. I think that's fine. I want to, less groups the better. Alright. And we'll put, I think they can fit 8 in each. And, you know, having a 4, like a loop and a loop with kind of this kind of thing is not the best, but I want to make sure they all get full. And now we have to create units. In a similar fashion to this. So I could do the 4i24 up here too. Like, this loop is not necessary. That is for sure. You see, sometimes I just do random things. The thing about coding is there's just a lot of different ways to get around things, to do things. So in the end, doesn't even matter. Okay. I'm going to join that group. And I'm actually going to get rid of that. I don't want these guys to have, I just realized I don't want these guys to have the PMC stuff. Okay. See, a lot of this I'm just reusing code, reusing code, reusing code. They can take damage, that's fine. And then they're going to be put back into the unit list. And we're going to have the unit move in any. Bird. Just like that. Okay. I'm actually going to put not each individual unit in there. Well, yeah, I'll put each unit in there, and then the bird list. I'm actually going to put the group of the driver, bird, push back, bird list. So this is how I can kind of access the group of the, I want to use the create vehicle crew command so I can access the actual physical group. Push back bird list. Okay. So we've created all the helicopters. Once they get full of dudes, we need to tell them to actually generate a waypoint and get going. So I have already stuff like that here. And we need to have them generate or find a good safe spot to land. So what we're going to do is take this code, modify it. This code here tries to find a safe-ish spot. So we're just going to change it up a little bit. It's going to get pause on the pole. So I found a position around the pole within, we'll even do 250 meters. Can we do, yeah, geez, let's do 400. Okay. Just trying to find an empty position that it'll fit the, I think you pass a class name to it. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to have the group, current bird group, this would be that. And current bird group, there we go. So we're going to tell this pilot to literally fly this direction. Give him a waypoint over there. And actually, can you give them just a landing waypoint? Land. Oh, here it is. Okay. Just gonna give them the waypoint. Okay. Let's gonna give them each a waypoint. And then what we want to do, actually spawn some separate threads here to monitor them as they're flying. So I don't like doing this, but I don't know how else to do it right now. Because each of them are their own group. So what we are going to do is pass this variable to the group. Okay, and then the actual vehicle. So the spawn means that it will allow the 4i to keep doing, so I'm going to have a wait until here. So it's going to have it allow it to keep going. Because I want to pass like the position it's supposed to be. So I can have it like wait until not a live bird or bird distance 2D. The movement position is less than, I don't know, 100 or something. There. And if you look at fragment move, I do a similar process. Do 150. I think 100 should be okay. And once it gets there, it'll land. And then there's a different wait until that I need to use that once. I just sleep 10 seconds. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to tell it to land, and then we do another wait until. Wait until it's, the get positive bird select 2 is less than 3. And once it's less than 3, or, and again, I should also have this so it's not a leak. Not a live bird. It moves on. And we are going to do some checks here, like if not a live bird, exit with. And this will be asleep, like, I don't know, 30, and then delete vehicle bird. And we can actually put that down right here. Okay. So if it lands, because it's still alive, then I want it to kick out the crew. So to eject the crew, let's see. Gosh, I don't do that the same way here. It's like an eject or something, right? To like move out. Alright, let me look this up. I'm looking here. Okay. Let's see, well, there's like an out one. There's breakout, cut, do get out, yeah. Alright, so we want them to get out. And then we want to unassign the vehicle. And I think we do for each unit's what we can do is pass the well, that's the unit list. I don't know if I need the full unit list actually. What we're going to do is just generate a unit list each time. And that unit list gets pushed back to this so we know what units are in that bird. And kicks them all out. Unassigned vehicle X, do get X. Okay. I want it to sleep for like a good 10 seconds. And then I want to give the bird a waypoint back to its spawn position. Which we're going to again pass through this list here. Yep, so until they get back. And we'll do another wait until then delete the vehicle bird. And then we'll do delete vehicle X for each crew bird. Also get rid of the crew. And we will also add that to here just in case. Alright, so there we go. Now another thing I need to do is, this should work in theory. Make sure I did that right, yeah. Should work in theory. Now we need to make sure the birds, like, don't do anything stupid. So, like, I want them to actually land and drop off everything, all the shit. So what we're going to do is when we give them that waypoint, for each of the crew, And we need this before we add units, just to make sure that they don't get impacted by this, right? Disable. We're gonna disable a bunch of the AI features because I don't want them doing anything stupid or smart, depending on how you look on it. So we're gonna do everything like disable targeting. They're auto targeting. We're gonna disable just, I don't know if I want to disable FSM, sure. Disable their suppression. Okay, disable their cover and also disable their auto combat. And their mine detection. Just in case. Alright. And then I probably need to put an X there. Okay. I think there's like command like set combat mode or something. It's blue or yeah. And then we will have to make sure they will never engage. Alright. And that way they will land, drop it off. Now one thing we're missing that you may have noticed or not is we need to spawn in these little, well, I'm just going to have them try to land without helipads and see what they do. That'll sound silly, but we're just going to try it. Keep it simple. So that should be working. And we have 3 right there. We have 2 more called Stronghold. And let's keep retreat. I'm trying to think how to do this. Stronghold. I'm thinking this is going to be a building with AI in every possible position inside. Okay. So this one should actually be relatively quick because I already have most of the variables I need. Yeah, dealing with AI is just usually the hardest. Okay. So here's the stronghold. And I'm going to keep this code here just in case. I might be adding to add helipads. Alright. Okay, this one is going to be building until clear. Something of the stronghold. Enemies have grouped to form a stronghold. They will constantly send troops from the building until cleared. Alright, so how are we going to do that? Well, to do that, I'm actually going to use some similar code again that I used from this. This code error, so I'm looking at this to see if I made a mistake. Alright, group garrison is what we want. Okay. From here, so we if the stronghold buildings are greater than a certain amount, then we want to use this code. So let's go back to the half point reinforce. We're actually going to minimize this one and come back here. And we're actually going to change this up a little bit actually. So up here what we're going to do is, because I'm sure certain missions will depend on this. Wait until, let's see, make sure there are actually stronghold buildings in this town. So it's less than 1. Then we're going to check if the event is equal to a stronghold. Then we want to do essentially change the event, have it select another one that isn't the stronghold in there. Right. Why am I doing this? Well, if there's no buildings there, then I can't. This one's going to be really awkward. We're going to throw errors. So we need to make sure there's at least one building left. This one needs to be here. Bam. Okay. So we're going to do this for each stronghold buildings. We're going to find which one. Selected building equals object null for right now. Alright, then we're going to have largest building. I want to find the largest building they have. Okay. Largest buildings equals this. A list of them. Right. So we don't need the pause. Well, yeah, we do. Okay. So we're going for each buildings. And do we pass the active baddies? No, we're going to have to make an active baddie. So the active baddie list is going to be equals all units select X side. Oh, sorry, side X is equal to the attacking side. So it's going to pull all the units of their side is equal to the attacking side. So the side that's actively attacking. Okay. And it's going to take a look. If the position of the house is less than 26 meters, the house between the closest enemy is less than 26 meters, then let's change this to greater than. Then we want to do some stuff with it. We don't want to delete it out of the index, right? We want to go ahead and count its positions. So I think under the I have a thing here. Oh no, no threats. We're almost done with this. I'm actually surprised. There is a for each random building positions. Bam. Alright, so it's going to call the positions. And then it's going to put that into an array. So what we want to do is do the count of the building positions themselves, and then the building. Why we put the count first? Because I want to sort it from largest to smallest. Okay. Alright. So now once we find that, now let's find the largest building we have. What to do is sort this array, and I need to look at the sort command again. I think sort command will always sort what's first in each list, right? If it's an array of things. So, hup, right there. So true will be smallest to largest, false will be true is ascending, false is descending. Yeah, so we want to do sort false. And that will just change the array now for us. The selected building is now going to be equals, oops, select 0. It's going to be largest building, select 0. Bam. Just like that. Alright. Private selected building positions equals selected building select 1. Selected building object is going to be selected building select 2. So I'm doing here is selecting the positions here, and then the actual object here. So we have those to work with. So in this house, I want to generate an AI for every position. Okay, I already have that code under here that I made. But instead, we're going to do this random check to see if we should even put a unit there. I feel like I want to up that just to like 7. Let's do 8. Man, okay, actually maybe. I know this is silly. I'm doing some type 2 things at once here. I'm going to up this like much larger percentage as this happens. Any doodles. We're going to go ahead and boop. For each of the building positions, group garrison, we're going to create unit and select a random unit from the infantry list. Cannon collide, yep. We're just going to spawn it. Where's it spawning? Oh, it's a position. Yep, and we're going to set its pause back there, make sure it joins the group. We're going to seal it from pathing, set its paused up, add the event handler for it to be killed, add a unit from handle to it if we need to do that, and bada bing bada boom. There we go. And I think now what we're going to do is I want it to spawn units constantly. Okay. So we're going to have, so we're going to do another spawn here. So I want this to kind of just spawn away. Actually, can we? Because this is going to be a call, right? Oh, yeah. Yes, the whole function is be a call, so I don't want to have any sleeps until I have like, unless I put in a spawn. So what we want to do is grab the object, make sure we pass the group garrison, and the spawning positions, and that's it. Spawn. So this spawn will monitor the house and spawn AI. Shoot AI every. Do I want to do this? Do I want them to actually spawn AI and send them out? A part of me, actually, I don't want to do that. I'm going to reward the player for going and clearing it. They have valuable documents located throughout the house. So what we're going to do, instead of doing that, the house is going to have a chance. If random 100 is less than 25, then we want to spawn a document that's going to give us money and XP. So So we want to reward the players for going in and clearing the house. So I already have a side objective that does this. Document. Yes, we sure do. Where is it? Okay. So here is the add action that we need to have spawned. Is this one giant? It sure is. Unit, create vehicle. Wait a second, document. Line file 1F, okay. Do you want to change it up because these might be too small? So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's just do supply box. Alright. Now let's do this. We'll be back to the script in just a second, but I'm going to change this up. They have valuable weapon crates located throughout the house. Okay. We're going to go back to this one. Create a vehicle. Bada bing, bada boom. Reinforce. So we're going to create a box. And just box, 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 box. For each, okay, private box array is empty. Okay, we're going to do box array pushback. So we're putting all these boxes in an array because we have to keep track of everything we do. One thing that makes this annoying is to keep track of everything we do, right? And on top of that, we want the simulation to be enabled. That's fine. We do want to make it set so it doesn't get deleted. It can take damage. That's fine. It can take damage. That's fine. Okay, well then we want to add an action to this. So we want to be able to track all this shit, right? Because we have to clean it up later. And we're going to see how. I'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute here. But we're going to go back to here and the document. Here's an add action on the document. So what we need to do now is when these things spawn in, we need to add the action. We can't just add action to it, right? Because it'd only be working for the server. This is ammo cache thing. We're going to steal this. So what we need to do though is go back over to here. Paste this. That's me for each. Where is it? For each of the box array, we want to add an action. If it's not null. Well, the problem with this right now is that, make sure this is all good. Yep. Well, now this is only local to the server. So we need to come back over here to this function. See how I jump around a lot? Yeah. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go back to this What am I working on now? Right here. Pasting it. This is my exec. Well, it's a really efficient way for me to essentially execute this here. And I'm not going to make this drone in progress friendly. You know, if you're not there at the time, then you're not there at the time. It's just going to be a little bit more optimized that way in the long run. Let's see. Destroy enemy munitions. Alright, you can access destroy enemy munitions. You hold it down. Executes this claim document function, which gives you money and XP. And that is that. And there we go. And now that is that. But now we need to track this shit, right? Because if let's say that the players don't take the town or it was accidentally, you know, capped, we need it to stop. Or if they lose taking the town, this needs to be cleaned up. Same with these guys, same with the vehicle reinforce, same with the paradrop, so we need to go back through and we'll add that. We'll add that last, how about that? Okay, that's kind of boring. Alright. There we go. Last one is squad retreat. I'm pretty happy with these 4 right now, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm just going to try that for right now. Because this video's already been going on for about an hour and 10 minutes, so we are going to do that. Let's go ahead and make it so we check for the town not being engaged. So we need to come back into here. Everything you do has to be so optimized in this in the long run, right? So we literally need to create a spawn function. Clean up script that is going to spawn, and then we're going to wait until the pole is no longer considered engaged. Params. So for this one, for the stronghold, we need to pass through. Let's see. And this should, these units that are putting the group garrison should automatically get cleaned up anyway. But I'm going to ensure that they get cleaned up. And having multiple scripts that check is not a bad thing at all. Okay, so what we need to do is private unit list goes blank. Now every time a unit is created, I want to push it back to this. So now we have a list of all units that get spawned in. Alright. Okay, and we need a box, pass the box array to this. Alright. So the town's not engaged. What we need to do is go in there and delete them. So if not is null X, then delete vehicle X. Simple as that. So we wait for the town not to be engaged. And also if you cap the town before you get in here, then also we'll get rid of them. And we can also have it maybe on like a 120-second sleep timer or something. So eventually it'll get rid of it. You don't need to do it like right away. Alright, there we go. Now we can just take this. Close this. Open up the heli landing. You see how easy this is just to add more and more and more. Like everything needs to be modular for me. It needs to be pretty relatively easy to add more and more things. You see I added 4 within an hour, which I know this doesn't sound like that much, but that's quite a bit. And you also need to make sure that let's see. Let's see. This is from the units. Separate group, so we can do is just pass the group for that, and pass current bird group because we use the same group. No, we don't. We don't use the same group for everything. We do use this unit spawn group for everything. Like we have a bird list though that we do use, right? So bird list for each unit's bird list for each unit's unit spawn group. So it's the same throughout everyone. Right? Unit spawn list. Burn list. And the birds, like the helicopters, like crash somewhere, they kill units, like delete them out of there. Then the birds will eventually get cleaned up anyway. Be a different function I have. So I don't mind having redundancy for cleanup scripts. That does not bother me at all. I know it technically hurts frame rate. And that is actually okay. They already have their built-in one. We have the paradrop. This one is just a paradrop, guys. So there's not much there to really worry about. So it's just for each of the units of the group garrison. And I actually can be a little bit better about this and just for each of the spawned array. Yep, no, really much 2 minutes. Perfect. Alright, I can see that that lines up perfectly. And I think we check for errors. I'm going to check the counterattack. Yeah, okay. With that, I am going to go ahead and check it out. We're going to be cheating here. We're going to be clearing the town out artificially. That's fine. We're going to do new game and just launch her up. Alright. This video is getting too long as is. Yep. Okay. Get rid of all this debug code now. Alright, we're loading in. The amount of welcome text that comes up on your screen is just insane. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, this is going to be brutal. I'm going to activate... I'm just going to sneak into this right here. And we're going to enable Advanced Zeus. And I have to make towns, you know, take all to become active. Cadillac. Okay. I'm kind of waiting. I think there's like a minute cooldown, or warm up period in the beginning of the match where nothing will happen. Just gonna let everything load in. There we are. Recover documents anyway. Enemy cache to reduce town garrison count. We can use that. We can go ahead and see that there are already some cache points spawning in. Where'd this one go? Did it go in that building? No. Oh, it's in the garage. There's one there. One really just spawn over here. That's cool. So you can go through towns and find these things now and pick them up, which will reduce the number in the town already. Let's do a general check. We see that we have vehicles spawned in, 1 vehicle, 2 vehicles spawned in. We do have static weapons that already spawned in. Okay. Alright, we have a garrison squad here already. And they're part of this little kill house here. Alright, so I can't see the town. I need to get closer to the center of town, fortunately, to see the... Let's get over here. A little bit more into the water. Yeah, right here. To kind of see everything. So there's only 17 remaining here, because it's only me. So I have it set to scale. So I'm going to kill these guys off. You can see they're kind of just patrolling around. This is the grid right here is active as well. Now if I hit... I also want to test hitting J. Can you count it down as LA Compost? Well, that's not true. This is a currently targeted town. This is sometimes not the most accurate thing. Okay, what are we at? Well, we're at that 13. So that's probably, it was a, I don't know, like 30 or something. Oh, this vehicle's moving now. They're curious. Oh, they're moving to that spot. Like, what the hell happened? Why'd they all die? Okay. You can see they're kind of respawning here. These little huts. Okay. Up. Alright, we got an air. Oops. Okay. So it looks like it did go to pick one. Halfway point, line 37. There's a paradrop one. They're an expression. Select 0. Oh. We're missing that, I believe. No? Maybe it's the select 0. It's not supposed to be there. Alright, that's a shame. Let's go ahead and open up all these. And boop. Create unit. Yeah, that was a mistake. We do not want to select 0 here. So that's just stopped everything. Status check. Well, we're going to test. I did a function if you kill the commander. It's supposed to be like an ending thing here. Doubt it's going to work. Let's go. Okay. Look at this. Another. Error here. Then I'm going to go ahead and fix. Real fast. Come on, find it, find it, find it, find it. I do this a lot because I don't know where functions are anymore. Oh, in game. Okay. So the cam location, air define. Oh, cam location is undefined. Cam location. We'll get positives. East commander, get positives. West commander. Right. Line 9. That's interesting. Look at the camera. Notification. You win, you get lots of money. I don't see where I have the helicopter explosion small. A separate script. Where is that? Oh, it isn't. It's under the spawn command. Oh, well, there's my problem. Okay. Well, it's easy fix at least. Bam. And bam, and bam. Mission failed. Oh, that was reversed. Alright, so we're going to save it. We're going to re-export it one more time. And I also want to know why it said failed. Does it go to the winning side then? This function. Look at this function real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and load that up while it's loading. I'm going to check this out. Is victory. So the second one is if it's a victory, right? So if we're equal to the winning side, then yeah, that's a victory. If we're not, that's a failure. That was just reversed. And you get a lot less experience and money for winning. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and boop. And we're here now. So we're gonna go ahead and teleport to the military. Going to lay down. I'll set that as my active town. Of course, there's a cooldown. So I can go ahead and enable advanced Zeus though. Alright. Attack mark. Alright. I'm trying to figure out why. That's right, it's whatever the target that the commander is targeting is. Okay, so technically the commander is targeting this oil grid. And I need to make it support oil grids. Yeah, that makes that tough. So, and oh, town started, right? Okay, we'll fix that bug in a second. So we have, oh, it's an eliminate target, so I need to get closer to the town. If I can eliminate him without alerting anyone, so I'm going to teleport here so I can get closer just to change the oil at the top. I want to change that to actual military. Which it did. Okay, so if you eliminate this guy here. Bam! That should reduce the count, cutting it in half. Unless that's broken. You know what? I just realized the hitting end on them doesn't count. That doesn't work. It doesn't activate the kill the event handler. Oof, that's a little tough. Anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and just kill the squad off. This is something I need to fix with VCOM. Like, what is this? Like, really? They're all coming to the they're all coming to the commander. Like, oh shit, he's dead. Alright, they're down to 13. Wow, that guy just ran into the... Nice driving, dude. Oh, I'm being hit. Oh, God. Okay, enemies have grouped to form a stronghold. They have valuable weapon crates located throughout the house. Okay. And like, here it is. So here's he's on top of the crate. So we can see that. Oh, there's already one of those in there, too. And so I'm actually going to cheat and do player set captives true. I'll cheat even more. I'll patch myself up here. That worked just like how I wanted it to. And where's this at? Where's this bunker at? Right there. This bunker right here. Was that it? Yep. So they're not going to shoot me because I set myself as a captive. You can see it populated it every ounce that it could. And I can even capture this munitions here. Attacking this area is always really laggy, by the way. Okay. There's some more in here too. Oh my gosh. Okay, and there's only one box to spawn in here, which is less disappointing. There's a 25% chance to spawn it, but then I can take it. And well, it's supposed to give me a message that I got money. It sure didn't. Huh. Alright, let's just double check that. So the action was on there, right? To take it. But I think overall we're seeing that this works. And I'm going to check this one bug, and I think we're going to call it here because this video is already way too long. I do it every time. And we might as well kind of help clean up the town, right? Let's see, what are we looking at here? Half point resource. Add action, right here. So it's supposed to execute claim document. Is that maybe not initialized yet? Or no, it has to be. Alright. That is claim document. So that means there's a function called claim document here. All players select side is equal to player side, and X distance from players less than 200. So we should have gotten this message here. Let's go ahead and just we have to clean up what's left, right? There's a lot going on here. We captured it. And poof. And it's also going to spawn a counterattack in because this one's active. Yeah, it's going to spawn a counterattack because we did not, and here it is. Oh, except one of it already blew up. This is the counterattack. It's actually relatively small. Spawn some extra vehicles. And we expect to see this cleaned up in about like 2 minutes or so. But let's go ahead and run this command. So this command actually isn't working. Does it not work in multiplayer? Hint string friend L. It's empty. Oh, it's because I'm a civilian. That might be why. I think I just broke my game. Oh, did I break it? Oh. Uh-oh. I just broke my game because I was typing too fast. Sometimes it happens with this coding thing. It just crashes shit. Well, we're going to end there. I think the issue was not working was because for some reason player side is probably, yeah, okay. Wasn't counting, so that should work just fine. Hope we're going to go ahead and end it there, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.